So in the past few weeks, I got my hand on a very special controller, but not just any controller, a hitbox style controller. And it is called the Snackbox Micro, but I got the XL version, and at the making of this video, I believe it now comes in black. And I'm just gonna give my thoughts and impressions on the controller itself. This isn't by any means like a technical breakdown of everything controller. It's just basically my personal preference with said controller and my experience in using it for like the last 3 weeks. Yeah, I'm Mr. Mister, and today we're gonna be talking about the Snackbox Micro XL. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. Just out the gate, I just want to talk about the customer experience, or the customer service is actually top tier in my opinion, because when I first had got my Snackbox, it was missing the charge cable, the USB-C cable. Luckily I had a bunch laying around. I wasn't sure if it actually came with it or not, so I hit them up on Twitter and Discord, and they got back to me almost immediately. So I literally put in like filled out a form, give an order, and I got it in like 2 days. But I mean, I was still able to play it out the box, because I just got USB-C cables laying around, which also this takes USB-C, so if you got like a USB-C cable or something, it'll work USB-C to USB. But out the box, what you get with it is the stick itself, the nice fiber. I don't know the texture of this, like a braided fiber cable USB that curves to the left, or at least they gave me a left curved one at the end. Comes with like a little sticker as well. I guess you want to put that on like a PC or something, or like another thing you can put that on, and like a little manual to know the layout of everything. I guess depending on what console, or if you're on PC, it lets you know like the button layout. See if it'll clear up on there. And with that, yeah, the customer service was amazing. So yeah, I give that, just off that alone, a 10 out of 10. Just the fact that most like super big corporations take forever to reach back to you. They got back to me within like 30 minutes to an hour. They actually got back to me on both Twitter and Discord faster than Twitter, just because there's people on there that are active. Because I had a bunch of people actually help me out on Discord. So if you happen to get a Snackbox in the future, or any other products, you should probably have no issue getting a hold of them, especially if you're doing it through Discord. And yeah, the customer service, the community was willing and able to help me out, which is also amazing. But yeah, that part of it is what I give that like a 10 out of 10 as far as like that goes. Also, this is not a sponsored video by any means, but if you do sponsor me in the future, hey, I'm in there. This is actually my first style hitbox. So, or hitbox style controller. Kind of weird saying like hitbox, because it's like calling a video game Nintendo. But it's my first ever button controller, and for the most part, I've never actually owned one, but I do have friends that had one. And for me, using an actual like hitbox, it was kind of weird on my wrist, whether I had it on a desk or on my lap. It's just, my wrist was just weird. It's just something I wasn't used to at all. Versus with this, it's a very sleek and very durable. Man, you can definitely crack someone up. Not that you shouldn't. Don't use it as a weapon. But you could this thing could take some hits. It really can. It's very durable. But yeah, no, it's for me, I find this very comfortable, whether I have it on a desk or on my lap. Let's see if I can get like a nice angle, because I don't have a good camera setup. Give me a second. Yep, see, I don't know if you can see it. If I have it on my desk, it's kind of hard. But I guess if you could see like on my lap, don't mind the shorts, but I'm just comfortable, But like for me, it feels nice having it on my lap, and I'm not really skinny, so it stays in my lap pretty well, and it's got like a nice grip pad on the back of it as well that it comes with, so it doesn't really slide, and it also doesn't really have an issue with my shorts as well. So it stays relatively stiff or still in my lap, so I don't really have that issue. And now this is the hitbox on the desk, and for the most part, it kind of acts as more like a keyboard. Funny enough, it's more like a keyboard than anything, just because it has like the switches and stuff in it. But yeah, it rests firmly on my desk, and I don't have any issue at all. At least for me. Then again, you know, this is all personal preference. So, you know, if you have like, you know, big hands, or, you know, you don't really like having things sit on the desk or your lap, you know, it's really personal preference. But yeah, for me, it's very comfortable, and how I got used to it so fast is because I primarily, or at least just to get started with it, when I didn't have the borrow like my friend's stick, I played games on my keyboard just to try to test it out. Obviously, it's not a one-to-one scale because, you know, it's a keyboard, but it's something. Comfortability for me, it's about like a, you know, like a 8 or 9. If you're not used to it, it takes some getting used to at all. But yeah, for me, I find it very comfortable. There is one thing you can do with like you can actually customize the LEDs on here. I don't know if my light's messing it up, but you can customize the LEDs on here through an app. Me personally, I thought the app was kind of janky a little bit, because you gotta, like, you know, connect it to Wi-Fi, then, you know, gotta make sure the thing is on. But then once it's plugged in, you have to unplug it, and then you gotta hold this button here, unplug it and plug it in. There's a lot of things you gotta do, which seems kind of unnecessary, or at least it seems like way more steps than I should be taking for something that seems pretty simple. But once you get everything working, it's pretty cool. There's like a bunch of like options you can do. You can also cut the options off by just turning the color to black. But yeah, there's a bunch of like different modes. You can change the color, so when you hit buttons, they light up a color and then fade to another color. I think I have mine purple to red, or purple to pink, I believe. And then it's not really showing too good on the camera, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, it's purple to pink, and then I think the setting I chose was heartbeat, but I think there's a ton of other like different settings and stuff as well. You can change it through the app. But other than that, I feel like the app could probably use a bit of work, to be honest. That's just me personally. Also, you can take out the buttons as well. Each button can actually like pop out, and they also sell other buttons on their website. They don't recommend you just pop them out. It's probably, it is safer if you just unscrew the back and then gently poke them out or take out the buttons that way. Because you can't just pull these buttons out. You actually have to unscrew this and then, you know, unscrew the back and then pull the buttons out that way. Because the actual like board that's in this, unlike other like fight sticks, is actually like the buttons are actually right on top of it, so they definitely kind of like dangerous, because you might mess around and break off the caps in the switch that is actually in this. So better to just, you know, take it out or unscrew it, take it out the back, all that stuff, you know. So, and now we can test out a game or two. I primarily use the Snackbox for like Tekken, because that's just the main game I use, but it works well with other games as well. And just for full disclaimer, if you're under the same, you know, notion, or you're under the influence of like, oh, if you have this controller, you're automatically good. As a full disclaimer, if you're one of those people who think, if I have this controller, I'm going to be top 8 at Evo, you're wrong. If you suck using a controller, you're still gonna suck using this. Like, it doesn't make you better. If anything, it helps with your inputs being more precise. But then if you're not used to it, then you have, not only do you have to learn a different style from using a controller, but you also have to kind of relearn another way of playing the game. I mean, but once you do it, like, your inputs are going to be on point. This is coming from someone who used mainly the controller. I've been a pad player for over 20 years, and I went from this to the Snackbox, and I got demoted from like 4 ranks in Tekken because it did not make me a better player at all. But yeah, no. Now I'm gonna do like a little demonstration in Tekken, and then I'll probably open up Street Fighter. But without further ado, let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so with this, I know with like a, ooh, I was never the best at like Korean backdashing or wave dashing in general. Oop. Yeah, I'm not the best at wave dashing, but it definitely helps with movement once you get it down. Yeah, I'm not super good at backdashing, but like I'm better on it on this than I am on a controller. I'm not super good. I'm not gonna pretend I am either. But yeah, not like with certain like movements, like the electric movement. And like certain grabs and stuff like that, it's a lot easier once you know like your actual like your footing for where to hit buttons and stuff like that. But other than that, there's not really like a shortcut for any of this stuff. At least not for Tekken anyway, or at least any shortcut that I know of. But yeah, it's pretty much the same usual stuff. Like if you know your inputs, it's just basically a bigger controller, like a bigger pad versus like a hitbox or like a button arcade stick, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's pretty much that in a nutshell. Tekken's still the same, but it helps with more precise things. Like everything I'm doing is what I'm actually trying to do outside of wave dashing. But yeah, that's pretty much that. All these buttons and stuff. It doesn't really make you it doesn't make you any better, because if it did, I'd probably be able to wave dash really good, and I cannot at all. And I'm not messing up wave dashing to prove a point or anything. I suck ass at wave dashing. I'm gonna keep saying that having this style controller doesn't make you a better player. So 'cause I know there's people out there who still believe like, oh hey, if I have a button controller that, you know, I'm gonna be top 8, I guess top 6 now, because they changed how Evo works now. Yeah, they think I'm gonna be top 6 at Evo because I have a controller, and you're gonna be wrong. You're gonna be very wrong. All right, so with this, like you have, you know, your normal, your fireballs. But then with the Dragon Ball motion, you know, you can, you know, do your normal, you know, forward down forward, forward down forward, or you can hold down and hit forward forward, or you could just go what is it? Be walking forward or walking backwards, and then just down and then forward. But yeah, now that's pretty much easy inputs of that. And then with Guile, it's the same thing, but like unlike anything else like a fight stick, because you can hold 2 different directions. It's actually neutral when you're doing this, so you can't just like cheese out like a. Oh, excuse me. You can't just cheese out a sonic boom, so you can. You have to let go of the other button. I don't play charge characters at all, but with the down motion, you can definitely still well, you can't hold both at the same time, but it's easier to do. You don't have to let go of down. Oh no, yeah, you don't have to let go of down when you Yeah, so it's weird how that works. You don't have to let go of down when prepping flash kick, but you do have to let go of left or right when you're doing sonic booms, or it just doesn't work. No, you can't just... It doesn't work, because when you hit when you're hitting both left and right on the hitbox, it counts as neutral, so you're actually not blocking at all either. You're just sitting here. But yeah, that's pretty much that. Alright, and with Zangief, it's see if I can actually do it. It's a little bit more tricky. But you have to hit it slow when doing like SPDs. But since, you know, your jump is down here, but yeah, you just... It's like a weird timing thing, and then you can apparently do it on either side, doesn't matter. Oh. Yeah, it doesn't matter what way you do the SPD, it works on both sides. Yeah, you just gotta make sure you don't hit the up at the same time you hit the buttons. You just gotta hit it. Oh, can't hit it too slow either. So you get weird stuff like that. That's the one thing, I guess, if you ever play a grappler using hitbox, you only have to do the SPD one way, and it works regardless. Alright, so my final impression of the Snackbox Micro XL, I highly recommend it to anyone trying to start out. I mean, me personally, it's not my first hitbox I ever used, but it is the first one I personally have owned. And for me, I find it personally comfortable. I just like how it just kind of works right out the box, really. The parts of it, pretty easy to come by, at least off the Junk Food Arcade website. You don't need any really special cables, even if you can't find any. It takes USB-C. And it has a lot more, at least as the making of this video, there's a lot more customization things for the other version of it. Not sure if there's anything for this particular model, not yet anyway. But I mean, me personally, I plan on actually taking this off and painting it and changing out the buttons whenever the red ones are available. I'm probably gonna change out my buttons to some red concave buttons, and probably paint this like a rose gold metallic, maybe put like a design on it. Do something with that, really, because I just want to have fun with it. I'll keep you guys updated with that too if you're interested. But all in all, I definitely recommend this if you're someone who's like, you know, if you don't like the big arcade feel but you still want to actually try to use the button box. I definitely recommend this over pretty much anything else out there. It's pretty simple. It gets the job done. It's very durable. But if you're someone who wants to customize your thing, then there also is a art case version for this particular one, not an XL, but for the smaller variant of this. So if you want to actually like put like your own artwork or design it yourself, there is a art case for the Snackbox Micro, not the XL though. The only variant of this is the same one, but now in black. And I believe there's little like metallic caps you can, or fillers you can put on the inside of these now that give it like a shine, but I think that might only be for the smaller version. You have to double check that on the website. I actually don't know. I don't want to give out false information. Yeah, with that being said, I highly recommend this, especially if you're someone who plays on keyboard and you're looking to not beat up your keyboard. I definitely recommend this for sure. And I guess for comfortability as well, I mean, for me, again, this is my personal preference. I personally find it comfortable. But yeah, and also, and I can't stress this enough, it's not going to make you a better player. It's not. It won't. I promise you it won't. I know there's people out there who still believe, oh, hey, I have the button box. I'm gonna win all the tournaments. No, you're not. No, you're not. But yeah, if you found this video helpful at all, leave a like, share your thoughts as well. Maybe I might have missed something. Thank you so much. Until then, you can catch me playing Tekken. I'm currently doing a series on that. And then again, I will keep you guys updated on when I do that. I'll make another video talk about either my progress on customizing the paint on this, because it's all white. It's kind of asking for it, right? Like, kind of just. I'm gonna take the case off. Obviously, I'm not gonna just spray paint it and call it a day. I'm obviously gonna take it apart and paint parts of it. But yeah, it's just a white canvas. I think they did this on purpose. But yeah, I'm gonna be playing Tekken. You can catch me on YouTube Live. If you subscribe, you'll probably catch me. But yeah, you'll just catch me playing Tekken until Street Fighter 6 comes out, and then I'll probably be playing World Tour mode or trying to climb the rank in Street Fighter. Because Street Fighter's fun too. Everybody likes Street Fighter. I think it's gonna be the biggest Street Fighter ever. But until then, this has been Mr. Mister, and you have a nice day.